Hello, ladies. How are you today?
Great. You got the pink memo, girl.
I know, right?
I did, right? It's here.
Yeah.
I've got it in the logo. Like I've got it everywhere.
Yeah, I like it.
I want to ask the two of you because Rugrats is such an iconic show. It's been going on for 20 plus years. I was watching it growing up. What do you think it is about this series that it has such stay power and people still love it growing into like our adult age?
I think, it falls into that category of really strong, fantastic animation in the 90s, right? When we had Rugrats and Powerpuff Girls and Teen Titans and things that were really sort of molding childhoods and showing people, kids, people of all ages and color and backgrounds and who they loved and where they're from, and that everything's inclusive. And it's like this sort of beautiful time where when we go to cons, people are like, thank you for my childhood. So anytime you're bringing back a show like that, where people who watched it as kids can now share it with their kids, it's super exciting. And when you watch this show in this iteration, you realize they really did an amazing job of maintaining how it felt. So it still feels really sweet and good and fun and funny, and enough adult humor that the parents can watch with their kids, and enough silliness that the kids will have a good time. So it's just like, whoever's doing everything, they're doing everything right.
Right. It's like a cozy, familiar shoe or robe.
You're a shoe.
I'm a shoe. I'm a shoe.
You like a
You're
shoe.
stinky like poo.
I do poo on the show.
It is like, it does have the warmth of something really familiar, and then it also, now it has this brilliance of something spectacular because of the animation. CGI is incredible. Just takes the stories and the adventures and the mischief and through the eyes of the baby to a whole other level. So it just really has everything you would want in a great show.
Absolutely. My nephew's 4 and I've started him watching this show, and I just kind of love watching him pick out all the characters. It's so fun. When you saw the new Tommy Pickles, what did you think of his new look?
I mean, he's basically the same. Yeah, it is always funny. It's like dating apps when you see the guy in a picture and then you see them for real, and now they're 3D and they're rounded and everything. So it's kind of like funny at first. And then, of course, we were like, where's the 3 hairs? And then we noticed that the 3 hairs were still there. But I mean, he just got cuter. He just got cozier and a little like rounder. And I like round. Yeah.
Love it. Now, the two of you have done, as you said, you've done my childhood, all of our childhood, some iconic characters. Is there ever a time where you're in the booth and you're in the zone of someone and all of a sudden you slip into another character on accident?
Do you have that problem?
Not really, because you know how like your brother is different than your sister or your mom or your dad. It's like, they don't really become the same person. For me, like, they're very different. So like Dill to me, or like Dill is very different than Tommy. So it's like, you don't really confuse the two. So I think it's the same thing with any kind of character I do. If I do Buttercup, who's like, listen, Mojo Jojo, or whatever, she talks like this. And then you have Tommy, who just thinks she's kind of funny. And they're just so different that I would never mix the two.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, for me, once I create a character that becomes established, they sort of live in my brain till it's their turn to come out and play. So the odds of confusing them would be pretty rare, except if like they're in the same show and I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that was like a Harley line and not a Batgirl line, maybe. But for the most part, if we are reading what's coming up and we're focusing, we're not going to mix up characters.
That's awesome. I thought maybe like, they all live in your brain, so maybe
Yeah,
they like come
they
out
do.
every once in a while.
Yeah, they
do
definitely come out.
for sure.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, and I'm so excited for this Rugrats series, and I can't wait to keep watching it with my nephew. It's gonna be
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Yay. Thank you.